Good morning, Dr. Go and my classmate. I am Jia Wei. Today I will be going to share about final project, cultural space. Here is the table of content for my presentation. So let's start from the society and environment around ResKL. Before that, I will introduce about ResKL building. So it is built in 1947, operated by a film production company called Shaw Brothers. Unfortunately, it was burned down in 1972 and took by GSC in 1976. After that, it burned down again in 2002 and 2007. Under this period, it only reopened as a community-based cultural hub. So now we'll be looking on the positive part on the current environment. ResKL have an advantages in the location. It is located in the city center of Kuala Lumpur. Therefore, for this advantage, it will attract a lot of tourists and local people to visit. Besides that, it also got a good accessibility with a lot of public transport like LRT, Rapid KL, and others. So now we'll be looking on the negative part on the current environment. Around KL, the maintenance and management of the greenery is very bad, and the hygiene problem is also very worse. Not only that, the traffic around is always in a traffic jam situation, and the car park is very expensive also. Other than this, there are a lot of illegal activities happening. For example, selling counterfeit goods, vandalism, and others. Moving on to the current situation on the social in positive part, around SKL, it is full of historical value. For example, tea mining industry, Peter Swifting, oldest Chinese independent school, and others. Not only that, around SKL is also one of the most visited place for foreign and local tourists. Next is the current situation on the social in the negative part. Around the SKL, there is not a lot of younger generation people around there, and it's also caused a lot of background, history background almost faded. And for my imagination, the future of SKL will be having more cultural activity inside, and it is to attract more tourists to visit and bring back more younger generation people. Besides that, it will bring up the economy and solve some issue around there also. So the proposal on the project is design a Britain museum. The reason behind on it is because around the Red Scale building, it is full of Chinese history on the tea mining. Besides that, there's also some available advantages that's suitable for Britain museum. For example, Red Scale is have a perfect location to attract different kind of tourists, and around Reskia is also have a lot of culture or history building that allows tourists to visit. And below are the issue that I will be focusing on this project. So the next one is the chosen client. The chosen client that I found is Royce Lango. Royce Lango is the world foremost name in quality pewter product and the world largest pewter factory. It was founded by a Chinese migrant called Yang Kun. Royce Lango provided an unique hands-on workshop for visitors to experience. Therefore, this hands-on workshop is a good activity to bring into the Britain Museum. Besides that, another reason why I chose Royce Lango is uh, it is closely related to the pewter and comes with a lot of rich historical value. So let's move on to the case study. So this is the list for my case study. So the first case study is Taipei Public Library, Beitou branch in Taiwan. So this is the introduction of the Taipei Public Library. So it achieved a diamond level under the EEWH. EEWH is the Taiwanese version of LEED. The concept and contribution to the social on this building are reduce the construction pollution and effect to the built out environment on the nature environment. Next is the construction materials were made by recycled material. And the last one is utilize the renewable energy. So here is the sustainable strategy that apply on this building. First is rainwater recycling system. So it collect the rainwater and store in the water tank. So it can be used in toilet flush and garden sprinklers. So it's not only good for the building, It also brings benefits to the surrounding plants and helps them stay hydrated, especially during the summer season. In addition, the stored water can be used to revitalize the ground level water, so it can improve the soil quality and avoid the groundwater drying up. This rainwater recycling system is not only can apply on the commercial building or public building, it also can apply on the residential. So in a long term, it can save a lot of cost. So the second sustainable strategy is solar roof panel. It able to produce 1600 watts of electricity. It is about 10% of the total power consumption in the library use. This feature can reduce a lot of electricity cost in the long term. Since Taiwan got sufficient sunlight and the solar roof panel is an advantages. So besides that, it also can reduce the consumption of the fossil fuel on the power plants. So moving on to the third sustainable strategy. So it is a thermal insulation. It is same idea as the green roof. In this building, they apply a 20 cm thick of soil on the roof to cool down the interior temperature. So the fourth is timber material. The timber that they use in this library is from the managed forest, so it can make sure the nature forest is not affected. Besides that, other building materials requires more energy to produce and it costs more carbon dioxide in the process. So timber material is a good choice for building because it is durable enough and renewable. So moving on to the fifth sustainable strategy is ventilation and lighting. A lot of large window apply on the building, so it is to allow natural light to bright out the interior space in order to reduce the energy consumption on the lighting. So here is the example on the ventilation and lighting. So this is the second case study, which is the Taozhou Yingyuan. This is the introduction on the Taozhou Yingyuan. It achieved a lead goal achievement with a high-rise building. The problem statement and concept on this case study are slow down the global warming crisis and by creating a carbon absorbing function on the building, solve the air pollution problem in a certain area, and energy self-sufficient concept. So here is a sustainable strategy that apply on this building. First is double glass skin facade to create natural ventilation in order to reduce the usage of air conditioning and interior temperature. On the left here is how the glass skin facade work. The cool air will go into the building and bring the hot air out to the outside from the top. Second is solar and wind system. This can produce electricity by using nature resources and supply into the building and the public facilities. And the third sustainable strategy is rainwater recycling system. This strategy is same as the previous one, so I will skip on it. And the fourth sustainable strategy is about the sustainable materials that used in Taozu Yingyuan. Bamboo materials is a fast-growing material and very strong for interior use. Besides on that, aluminium is one of the common materials in construction, and it is one of the most sustainable materials and also comes with a lightweight. And the last material is steel. Steel is a highly recyclable when during the end of the building life. So these three materials is very good for the building. And moving on to the last case study, which is the Capita Green. And here is the introduction on the Capita Green. It's located in Singapore and is one of the tallest skyscraper in Singapore also. So the issue on this case study are about climate, greenery, and energy efficient. So here is the sustainable strategy that apply on this building. First is double skin facade. It is almost similar to the double glazed skin facade, but this is with some greenery inside so that it can reduce the heat gain around 26%. So the second sustainable strategy is roof garden. This sustainable strategy is almost same as green roof, used to reduce the interior temperature. And here this is the cold void. It's placed on the central core, connect to the ground level, and draw the cool wind and bring into the building inside. From the case study above, there are a lot of sustainable strategies that has been applied, but some of the sustainable strategies are very suitable in Malaysia. And here is the sustainable strategy that I want to apply on the red scale building. First is solar panel. One of the renewable resources that Malaysia has the advantages is sunlight. Because Malaysia is located in the equatorial zone, the average solar uh, is around 12 hours per day in Malaysia. Therefore, from this data, we know that solar panel in Malaysia is very useful and have a lot of space for further development. Solar panel can transfer the sunlight into electricity and it will cover the electricity usage in the building. For example, lighting, aircon, ceiling fan, and others. Besides that, in a bigger picture, it also can reduce the pollution that produced by power plant that using fossil fuel to operate. Second sustainable strategy are rainwater recycling system. Malaysia not only have advantages on the sunlight, it's also from rainwater also. The average annual rainfall is around 2,400 mm. Besides that, Malaysia also considered as one of the country that has high water consumption, range from 209 to 288 liter per day per person. From the data, we know that Malaysia is a high consumption country with an advantage on the rainwater volume per annum. Therefore, rainwater recycling system is a good choice to apply on the large scale project because it can reduce the expenses on the water usage by collecting the rainwater and store in the water tank. And this is the last sustainable strategy that I want to apply on the large scale building. It is double glazed skin facade. The sunshine in Malaysia is 12 hours per day, and the red scale facade is facing the east side. Therefore, this strategy is a good thing to apply on the project because it will allow the natural sunlight to bright out the interior space and also reduce the energy consumption on the lighting during the morning session. And here is a CAD drawing on the builder museum. Of the drawing is not in scale, so and this is the ground level drawing. This is the first level drawing. This is the second level drawing. And here is the section AA. The drawing inside the red rectangle is the solar panel that I mentioned just now. And this is facing the east side. The solar panel is facing the east side. Yeah, and this is a section BB. So before I end the slide, so here is the 3D render for the interior look. Yep, and that's all for my slides. So thank you for your listening. And here is the references for my presentation slide and research.